Okay, so the keying circuit's fixed, no keys every time now. Turned out to be a drop of like rubber cement was on the return spring. Why it was intermittently not on keying is because when the coil spring would be drawn open, pulls the coils apart. Some of that rubber cement would get in between the coils sometimes and then weaken the springs so it wouldn't pull the contacts back. And it didn't do it every time. So we got rid of the rubber cement off the spring, went ahead and cut a coil out of the spring, and that fixed the keying problem. It's now on keys every time. The keying circuit's been rebuilt. It's running the correct voltage tube now, 1285. We had it all up and running, but we were having problems right here. The guy that owns this said he couldn't quite tune this is your input tune. He said he couldn't quite tune it properly. That it would either have a high standing wave and put out a good amount of power, or a low standing wave and it wouldn't really put out any power. I noticed the same thing. So I completely replaced all that. I have one from a Palomar 300Z. It's the same thing basically. So I pulled that out, replaced that whole circuit, tunes it fine now. 1-to-1 standing wave, and we were running it. We were getting about 450 watts out of it. It's running great, man. Lots of swing. All of a sudden, we heard a little pop over in this area, and it wasn't the new capacitors. And there was a little wisp of smoke after the pop. It was coming right out of here, right out of this transformer. I don't know if we can zoom in so you can see it. But if you look here, you'll see these wires are all shoved up against the side of this hole. This is sharp. This thing's already cut me and made me bleed more than once. It looks like when this transformer was put in, wasn't put in right. You can see lots of room here, and these wires are just packed right on there. You can see that. So I'm guessing that it cut into one of these wires, shorted out, so it wouldn't have smoked the wire this way out of the transformer. It would have smoked it into the transformer from the short end. So frack me, you know. It's just on and on and on. So we're going to go ahead and replace that transformer, and then back to work on finishing it up. But that's where we're at. Stay tuned for the continuing episodes of the Phantom 500.